There we go. Okay, so everything just got sent out. So like now a billion people are gonna see you. I'm so excited. Okay, so you were saying that like when you what was that funnel that you mentioned? Like it was just broken in mobile and you had no idea. What was that like? Was it your gym client or was that like a different one?
That was a different one. That was at a Days Repair company. So that was probably like one of my first ones. And what happened was they wanted more leads for their business, and what they actually do is they actually repair like diesel trucks and diesel vehicles like that.
Yeah.
Um, I created the funnel and just like the whole like it worked for desktop, but didn't work for mobile at all. And I
Great.
remember you just taking a look at it, you're like, what is going on here? It's not working on mobile. You can't see anything. I was like, yeah, that's probably why it's not working.
That was
Ended up fixing that, and I got a few leads from it.
so that's where you were a year ago, right? So just to
Yeah.
like get everybody like on board and things like that. So I looked up the coaching call that you and I did like 12 months ago. And the coaching call was like you saying, "Oh my God, Jeff, at work, this is crazy. What's happening? Oh my God, I don't understand." And you had turned your gym into like a gym client or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So can
Yeah.
you talk
So
about that for a bit, like that whole thought process of conversation? Because like there's a bunch of people watching that like they don't even have like their first client, much less their first win. And so like, can you go over those like thoughts, feelings, and ideas and all that fun stuff?
yeah, of course, of course. So one of my first clients was actually a gym client. So they were a massive sort of MMA gym, and I approached them at the start, and I was like, I can get you guys more leads and whatnot, and they sort of just like brushed me off. I was like, oh crap, this sucks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't want to work with me. I was a bit upset about it. Ended up going through their website and just sort of analyzing the whole website from start to finish, and just tell them, you know what, if I can do your, you know, if I were to make a website, we live with your marketing. And like, you know what, like, situation for the effort, coming for a chat. So I went in there for a chat, and they were currently doing a bit of Google AdWords and just like normal Facebook posts and stuff that they do. And I was sitting there, and this guy was like a massive gym owner. I'm like sitting here, just on like, you know, Daniel's course. I sort of got some more information about you, about lead generation.
Yep.
Was sort of my first client. So as anyone is, right, you're a bit nervous. But I was like, you know, after getting him as a client, so ended up talking to him, and and he's like, how much is it going to cost? I'm like, it's going to be $2,000.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I'm going to spend $2,000, and what way if I don't get anything back, and this and the other. I'm like, you know what? How about I guarantee you 30 leads a month?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you don't pay me. Right? And that completely flipped the script, right? That was like straight away, like he was ready to go. He's like, all right, you know what? Let's just try. I mean, you're that confident, you can do it. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
So I think it was two main things that sort of got him. So it was a 30 leads minimum per month, which was the risk reversal that I did,
Yep.
and the offer, which was 2,000 a month. And I sort of, when we were talking about it, we were going through the numbers. So like each client for him was worth about $1,000 a year.
Yep.
So I'm like, if you just get, you know, five new clients a month just from this, out of the 30 leads, so you know, and you're telling me a good closer as well, then you're going to make 5,000 a month extra in revenue. So
And then
straight away,
go on.
yeah, straight away he's like, yeah, let's do it. Straight away, like he put the money in my bank account, and we just got started.
So you had been going to this gym for like a year or two, right? Like that was your gym. That was all that stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah. I never
And
really spoke to the gym owner though, so it wasn't like he knew who I was.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
just like you went to a gym and that was it. Like it would be like me going to like Porky's or something like that. Like that's just the gym that I go to, right? And
yeah.
then you got Dan Henry's course, and were you like 3 months through this course, or you had just gotten it, or like how long from when you bought Dan Henry's course, because that's how you and I met back when it was FAFE, until you landed this 2K a month client?
It was probably around 3 months.
3 months, right? That's usually like the 90-day phase, like how the universe starts rewarding, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah, exactly.
and up to this point, like you had tried everything. I think you had like done cold calling it and like tried sending emails. You had done pitch meetings before, but it kept bombing time and time again, right? But it was the look, 30 customer opportunities guaranteed, quantifying that and like having that conversation. And all of a sudden the damn dude paid you money, right? Like
Yeah,
how cool is
exactly.
that?
It
Um,
was awesome. I think that's the main thing, especially when it does for local business. Every experience, it's that they think they're not going to get their money worth, and you can tell by the language that they use. They'll be like, "Oh, I'm going to waste." You know, a lot of times they say, "I'm going to waste," you know, $2,000 or $15,000, whatever it is. and like I'm going to spend that, but they don't realize how much money they're going to make from it. So it's important sort of during that the return on investment that they're going to get, but also the guarantee.
Yep.
And like as you said, Jeff, like if you can't get me 30 leads in a month, then you probably shouldn't be charging $2,000 in the first place, right?
Right.
You're probably not at that level.
But so it's really not that hard to do like 30 leads a month or 30 customer opportunities a month. But what's funny is that like I learned like the risk reversal policy from Jay Abraham's book. And it was really like pushed in my head by John Loger. And they were like, just do 30 customer opportunities, guarantee it, and talk about how those 30 opportunities can help them achieve their goals, which is usually like make more money or increase sales or something like that. Up to that point, I was literally running around town just like you. Let me run your Facebook ads. Let me do it. It's gonna, and nobody wants that, right? Nobody's like running around saying like, please run my Facebook ads. They're saying, please get me more clients and customers. So I'm super duper psyched. But so you just started out your Facebook ads journey. 90 days in, you made the transition and the switch to realizing that like you should be talking about customer opportunities, guarantee, risk reversal policy, things like that. And talking about how they can help accomplish their goals just using the output of your program, right?
Exactly.
And then something weird happened. When did you make so wait, before we go into that, like talk to me about like your client journey from like that day, like you got a gym owner and you kept like getting more gyms, or like what happened between that and like your first e-commerce campaign, like, around that time frame.
Okay, awesome. So after I got that client, ended up getting that client and I did an amazing job. So I got over 100 leads and it was like a wrap because like for Google AdWords, it's probably get like 10 a month.
Yeah.
So that was like really huge difference in results. So he was wrapped and ended up giving me a testimonial, which one I wanted. And then from there, because everyone knew this gym in Melbourne, I don't want to say his name, but you go on my website, you can check it out.
He's famous. Yeah.
He's famous. He's on Fox Sports and everything. So he's pretty famous. And so I got this message from him. And then I just started going to tell local businesses, like a cleaning company, and other small businesses like that. And then just show them what I did for this gym. And they're like, oh, wow, I can do it, you can do it for my gym, like my business as well. I'm like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So the whole process of convincing someone to do Facebook ads and do lead generation is much easier because you had proof of what you've done.
Yep.
Right.
So after you got that proof and those testimonials, things like that, did you start getting more of his gym franchises, or you started signing up more gym owners, or what was that like? So like you got your client, you got a result, you got a testimonial. What was like the next phase after that?
Okay, awesome. Yeah. So the next phase after that was I like gyms, but for me, I thought that the return on investment wasn't that huge.
Okay.
So I sort of I wanted to try a lot of different businesses before I sort of niche down on one. I didn't want to niche down on one just yet, but I did get another martial art gym from that testimony from that gym.
Nice.
And after that, I got into a skin clinic as well. About a year later, a skin clinic still with me. So yeah, I pretty much just leveraged that testimonial and that result to get other local businesses.
Very, very cool. So like you then transitioned to, I'm trying to like go back to this thing. So what were like, before we go into like the e-commerce thing, right? I'm trying to like make it so that everybody watching, those 30 people watching, like, the 3 steps that you went through to land your 2K month client. Like one of them was talking about the risk reversal policy and customer opportunity guarantee, right? What would you say like the other 2 steps that you went through? Was it just like talking to somebody that that use their product or service, like going to the gym guy? Or like, what would you say, like for somebody watching, what were the 3 steps that you went through to land like your 2K a month gym client?
Okay, cool. So firstly, you got to build a relationship with someone. With this gym client, I was obviously going there. Even though I wasn't that close to him, I was saying like hi, he sort of knew my face.
Mm-hmm.
So I sort of said hi and whatnot. So I built a relationship before even pitching. Because if you go there and you start pitching someone that you don't know, they're like straight away what their defenses are. So I wouldn't do that. Like I would get to know someone first and just find out their problems as well. So what really helped me as well was your questionnaire. So
the onboarding docs worked. Yes.
Yeah, the onboarding docs was awesome. I still use those. They're amazing. So once we sort of sat down, we started going through the meeting about what the questions were and actual problems that he had. You can easily identify like all the problems, and not even that. When you're saying the questions, they can see the problems. So it becomes much easier to sort of sell it.
Yeah.
Like if he's like, oh, I want to grow my business, I'm like, okay, cool. Then how many leads you sort of need a month? And he's like, this many. I'm like, okay, cool. I can definitely do that for you.
Yeah.
So straight away, that's like a benefit to him, and he's like, okay, it starts giving positive reinforcement that this is good for him. The second was the risk reversal, as I was saying before, with the guarantee. You have to sort of guarantee a certain amount of leads or something that he will get out of it, because people just don't understand exactly what we do. So if you guarantee a sort of result that is going to benefit him, that's awesome.
Right? Isn't that a cool
yeah,
thing? I totally forgot that was the thing. So number one is onboarding docs. Number two is let's just call it the CO guarantee, or the 30 COs guaranteed, right? Like, I think that's fair, right?
yeah, that's awesome.
Guaranteed. Okay, cool. So that was number two. But what was like the third like step that you went through? Was it simply saying, would you like to pay me money? Is it like, when would you like to start? Like, what was like the third secret to like closing this 2K a month client? And you didn't do a free trial for this guy, right? You just you went straight to paid, right? So like everybody watching this is like feeling like, I need to do a free trial. Like, you do not have to do a free trial. People will pay you money if you onboard correctly, talk about the customer opportunity guarantee, and the third thing. So what would you say like the third thing is?
I'll say the third thing was the offer. I mean, if you can drill down that, they're going to pay $2,000 and they're going to make, $5,000 or $10,000 more a month, then for them the offer makes sense. So definitely drill in on that, on the actual return on investment that they're going to get from the actual result that you're going to provide.
Gotcha. I'll put that up. Okay, I'm done using this. I just felt like using it for a while. And Augustine just says right now she just closed the gym for $2K and $1,500 a month, the onboarding docs, right? The best $97 she ever spent right there, right? We're super psyched for you, by the way. Like, I'm not the onboarding docs is like, I don't understand how or why this darn thing works, but it's literally like, hey, tell me your problems and how much you're willing to spend, and I'll solve them for that amount of money. People are like, okay, great, so not a problem. So it's just absolutely awesome. So you signed the gym client, you signed other clients, and you started like cutting your teeth in the local lead gen space without free trials, Dan Henry clan, just like I grew up with. But then you started doing e-commerce, right? Like, and you had like a lot of success with it. So can you tell everybody on here, like, and some people here want to do e-com, or they are doing e-com, things like that. And I don't, like, I can't wrap my head around it. Like, I don't like the screen, you know what I mean? So how did you land your first e-com client, or this e-com client at $2,500 a month? Can you tell us that story?
Okay. So I landed this e-com client $2,500 a month plus 10% ad spend. So it was a really big client for me at the time.
Yeah.
So at this client, I got referred after I was doing local business for other clients. I got referred to him, and he was doing a lot of Google AdWords and SEO.
Yep.
So he'll run a lot of traffic to his website and selling a better product. But the thing was, he wasn't doing anything on social media at all.
Okay.
Right. So the thing with that is that, like, he wasn't, like, he was doing really well on Google AdWords, but he was limited to the amount of searches he was getting.
Yep.
So his main issue was not that, selling product, it was actually the amount of searches that was being done for his actual product. So he couldn't scale from there.
So there weren't enough people looking for what he had to sell.
Exactly.
Got it.
Exactly. So my first thought was, go through his analytics and check out what's going on with his traffic, how much data he's getting. I noticed he's getting like thousands and thousands of people going to his website every single day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow, like, that's amazing. But you got a huge brand, you got people going to your website, but like, what's going on after that? And he just didn't understand Facebook at all. He didn't understand like targeted ads. He didn't understand retargeting. He didn't understand add to cart or different elements of e-commerce. And at this stage, I started sort of reading up about it. I started learning about it. I just fell in love with it. I fell in love with e-commerce. So I found it like it's a bit more complex than local lead gen. It's much more satisfying. So something that's a bit complex, it's a bit more rewarding, right?
Cool.
So I went up to him. I started speaking to him. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? He's telling me what he was doing. And after I saw his analytics and his data, I'm like, you got to run Facebook ads. Like, that's no matter what. And I sort of explained to him, there's over like 1 billion people on Facebook. The customers definitely with Facebook. If you want more traffic, if you want to be getting more traffic to your website, definitely be using Facebook. So we started doing a bit of Facebook ads. We started doing a bit, getting more traffic in. Mm-hmm. And that's when I started realizing one big thing that was going wrong with him. And that was, there was no retargeting.
Isn't that crazy? Like for most, I'm not kidding, for everybody watching this, like retargeting is the easiest, most effective, simplest win you could ever do. Like 99% of every client and every proposal and every pitch I've ever done, they're just not doing retargeting. It's like $10 a day, guys. Like you can literally land a $500 a month client just saying, hey, can we do retargeting? They're like, sure. How's $500 management fee plus ad spend at $5 a day? Like it's an easy yes. Like guys, if you want to like land an easy client, and I did this after the first AdCon, and Billie Jean was talking, and he's like, guys, send a message to your clients right now. How's $500 a month? And your website will automatically follow up with everybody. And I got 3 people paying me $500 a month just from that one text message. Like it's absolutely insane. But okay, yeah, go on.
That's huge. It's the biggest sort of game changer in e-commerce. And the thing with him was like, you can use different tools. So for example, use a tool called SpyFu.
Okay.
If you use a tool to SpyFu, you type in like a domain or someone's website address, and from there you can see how much traffic they're getting. And then from there you install an application called Facebook Pixel for Google Chrome, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can see if they actually got a Pixel installed. Now, if they're getting a lot of traffic, and they've got no Facebook Pixel, that's huge. Because like you can straight away get this client just do retargeting on its own, and you're going to see like 30x return on the actual ad spend.
Yep.
Right, which is crazy. So with this client here, so he was doing a lot of Google AdWords and this stuff like that, drawing a lot of traffic, nothing to Google. So the first thing I started doing was add to cart remarketing.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go into Facebook's dashboard, into the pixel section, and create an audience that added to cart but not purchased. Right? So we started targeting those people with a specific offer. It was like a 15% discount.
Right? There you go, right?
Love it. So we targeted people with a 15% discount, and within like a couple of weeks, like he was getting like literally like 30 times his money back just on that. Because he was getting so much traffic to his website. Yeah, literally insane. He was getting so much traffic to his website, people were sort of going add to cart, but they weren't checking out. That was e-commerce. I'm not sure if everyone's aware. The issue is that they sort of they might be on their phones on the bus, for example, going to work, or they might be out somewhere. So they might be checking out the product on their phones, but then they don't buy on their phones.
Yep.
So if you retarget them for later, they might be on their desktop, and they'll see like, okay, cool, I'm comfortable now, I can buy it. Right. So it's for example, the way I see retargeting, add to cart remarketing or retargeting, is like going to like the mall or like a shopping center, for example, walking in there and then choosing like a pair of shoes, picking it up and like, I love these shoes so much. But you think about, I got bills and stuff I can't really buy right now, so let me leave.
Right.
So you leave, and then like a couple of hours later, you go to the grocery store, and then like the staff sort of pops up with like your shoe. And it's like, hey, did you forget about this?
Yeah.
You get here's a 15% discount coupon if you buy right now. And of course, if you're thinking about it, it's like, okay, I really want that, so you buy it at the time.
So that's how you got results for your e-com client, by using the simple, like just do retargeting and just doing retargeting to add to cart. But can you tell us how you met this e-com client? Like, was it a referral? Did they reach out to you? Did you reach out to them? Like, what was that conversation like that led you to that opportunity, right, to land that e-com client?
Okay, so how sort of met him?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. So what happened was I was doing local business clients. I got referred by a friend to his business.
Got it.
So then they told me, like, what do you do? I told them I do Facebook ads for local businesses. And it's a pretty big company, corporate company. I can't say its name, but they sort of shoved me off at the start until I actually looked at the analytics and I sort of sat down with them and showed them how much opportunity there actually was for them to scale on Facebook ads.
So just to like rehash, you do good work for a gym, right? Turns out this gym owner is like really famous, right? And you grow your local lead gen side of your like Facebook ads. And then you keep doing good work, things like that. And at this point, are you publishing results on your Facebook personal profile? Like at this point in your journey,
Always.
Right, your Facebook profile confirms and converts, which is beautiful.
My Instagram, my Facebook, it's all
everything. And so like for people watching, I think like a huge, massive blind spot is that we are less public about our results. Like you need to be celebrating every win, like every single thing. And I don't think, and maybe I'm putting words in your mouth, like you would have gotten the e-com opportunity if you didn't tell the world you're good at like Facebook ads. It just wouldn't have happened, right?
No one knows who you are. No one knows what you're doing if you don't post it, right? Even like the other way, I got a mechanic, and I'm like, how'd you find me? Like, how do you know I exist? And he's like, oh, I have you on social media. I see it's like you posting I really like what you're saying. I see results all the time. I'm like, I'm on the reach out to you. I'm like, okay, cool. So you don't realize how many people are actually on your social media. I have over like 4,000 friends, right? Like 4 or 5,000 friends.
Yep.
Not over five, like over, between 4,000 friends. So you don't realize like these people are seeing your stuff every single day.
Yep.
And not only that, like their friends will also see it. So for example, you're doing really well, you put some results. They'll go, hey, have you heard of that Theo guy? Like maybe he can help out your business. Like, have you seen him on Facebook? Check him out, add him. So
Yep.
that sort of snowballs. So if you have like one result and you keep posting about it, you're going to get more people asking about your services.
So like, imagine this, like how much would it cost to get 12,000 people saying, holy shit, you're a Facebook ads expert? All it costs is 4 or 5 posts, right? That's literally all it is to get 12,000 people. That's 4,000 of your friends telling 3 people that you're a Facebook ads guy that's good at their job. But to like go back, you talk to your gym guy, you say onboarding docs, offer risk opportunity, risk reversal, 30 customer opportunities. He goes, sure. And you just do a normal gym thing. It fucking works. How awesome is that? He tells all of his friends, you get a bunch load more clients. And then you get this e-com opportunity, which is like a secret, like I'm just going to assume it's like some massive company, right? That you're not going to say the name to. And you just do a simple retargeting ad to people who added to cart, right? That's it. And so when you went with them, the spy food and the Google Analytics, did they then pay you money to do this? Or did you have to like prove your results and do like a free trial or something like that?
No, they were happy. I mean, once I sort of spoke to them and told them the opportunities that they had, there was no free trial.
Did
like,
you
at the end of the day, you got to think about this, right? You got to think about this. Like these businesses, like they make a lot of money. For them, $2,500 or $3,000, whatever it is, there's not a lot of money. People think it is because like they might be making 50 or 100,000 a year, whatever it is, like a normal person, right? And that's not even a normal person. That's like 100,000 is like really, really well, right? But businesses that make millions of dollars, they're not going to care about 2,500. They're willing to take that risk to make 5 times the return on investment.
Yep.
Right.
And if you go in with a profile that confirms and converts, if you're going in with a referral and going in like a normal human being that has some ability to have a conversation, they're more than happy to spend the money just to try you out, right?
Exactly.
So you go in with the Google Analytics, the SpyFu, and you say, guys, you've got a really cool opportunity. You should pay me to execute it. And you say, give me money? Did you do the onboarding docs? Did you have a variation of a pitch? Like, what was that conversation like for like everybody watching? I'm imagining like you're in the room, you got your laptop open, SpyFu, Google Analytics. You're like, guys, Facebook ads could help. And then did you give them like a proposal, or did they say no, yes? Like, what was that like pitch conversation like?
Okay, awesome. So what happened was that after they sort of were interested in what I was asking, like what I was telling them, I came with an actual PowerPoint. Now with this PowerPoint, I came in full like prepared. I was like, I need this e-commerce job. Like I love e-commerce. I just wanted to work for someone for e-commerce. So I did this e-commerce. I got all this data from like Google, like how many touch points per person needs, like 7 to 8 touch points before someone buys something. How much people actually don't buy on the first time they go to a website.
Yep.
And the percentage of people actually do buy is like 3%. So I show all this data of stuff that they're pretty much missing out on. And then from there, I actually showed them the flow. And I'll send the flow out to everyone after this of what it looks like. It's just like where the customer sort of comes to the website, they either buy something or they don't. So they go to another flow. So like either add to cart or they go to initiate checkout. If they don't check out, they go to another section where they retarget it again. So I did a whole flow on pretty much of every single behavior of the actual user.
Yeah.
And then how we sort of retarget that, increase conversion rate on that sort of behavior that they were doing. So as soon as I saw that, they were like, wow, like they were blown away. As soon as I saw like a graph of how it looks like this is awesome. I mean, like we can actually use this. And with Facebook advertising, I don't think there's any other platform where you can do so many custom audiences and so much sort of highly detailed targeting to do this, to actually implement this flow that I was showing them. Got
it. So you show them, you impress them, you give them the whole song and dance, and then you say it's going to be $2,500 a month, and then they said okay. Was it that easy?
It was pretty much that easy. Like there was no like they didn't care. I mean, they already pay money for AdWords and everything else. I mean, I'm like, this is what you guys should be doing. Let's try it out.
So I think that's the interesting difference for everybody watching. Like your best future clients are the ones that are already spending money on marketing, and then they just reallocate. And what we've been trying to do, and that's a mistake I made in my first 90 days, and I think it's the same mistake you did, is that you're going to people that aren't spending money in marketing and trying to squeeze blood from a stone. And it's not going to happen. Like if a guy's running his business and spending $0 on Facebook and his business is working, it's going to be really, really hard to have that conversation. But if you're talking to a business that understands Facebook, that has like the dollars and the capacity to like spend the money, you can come in and just do a simple retargeting add to cart, right?
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
We've got guys. We're gonna after we go over this bullet point, we're gonna take 10 minutes and go through like Q&A. We're not ending it then. We're gonna take like a mini break. So if you've got questions for Theo about e-commerce, local lead gen, gym clients, things like that, like now is the time. And we're gonna make sure to get through them. Otherwise, you may lose the opportunity. So you did you went up to them, you had the conversation. They're like, great, here's a check. Was that just management, or did that include ad spend?
So that was just management. They gave me ad spend.
Gotcha.
Ad spend was about $8,000 a month. And from that ad spend, so it was awesome. And from that ad spend, I was getting around 10% as well. So
that was really like a $3,000 a month contract then, right?
Yeah, it was absolutely awesome. And that's the thing about e-commerce. I mean, the amount of so much detail you can do, so much work you can do, you can really get a really great ROI. Because they weren't doing, like, for example, I'm not sure you guys are aware of like lookalike audiences.
Yep.
So they had a massive database of emails as well of people that have purchased before. But they weren't really using that. Like, they weren't doing any Facebook advertising. So once we sort of created a lookalike audience of purchases and we started running a campaign on that, we saw a massive increase in ROI as well.
Beautiful.
So they're just getting more clients for them. So they were ecstatic about it.
So was that the campaign that turned that $8,000 into $60,000 in ad spend?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So with that, the reason why they said $8,000 or $60,000 because they weren't doing any sort of remarketing on Facebook. They weren't doing any sort of Facebook ads. And once we implemented the whole funnel from start to finish, from where the user sees the video, where the user sees it at the cart, and get checkout, and start clicking all the different points, that's when I saw a huge ROI because they weren't doing that at the start to begin with.
Got it. So would you say that, so for somebody starting out their Facebook ads journey, is it easier to have a client conversation that like may get them paid money to do work with a local business? Or would it be easier to have that conversation with like an e-commerce business? Like if they're just starting out, they're trying to figure it out, should they go local lead gen first or should they go like e-commerce first?
I reckon honestly, I'll probably go local lead gen. It's just a much easier game. I mean, all you got to do is set up one ad, doing a target radius. There's no interest, no targets, there's no custom audiences. There's no lookalike audiences, nothing of that. It's just like pretty much run the current promotion in their local area.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can lead the clients.
Beautiful.
That easy.
I think that's so absolutely cool. Like you've gone from, I guess you could say like the Facebook ads agency struggle, right? Like you're putting in all this effort, all this energy, and you're not getting paid, you're not getting results. It's super frustrating. And as a result, like your numbers have started to like up and up and up and up, right? And now you're running a 6-figure agency and just management fees alone, doing local lead gen and doing e-commerce. And I think that's like absolutely nuts. So what does the next 6 months look like for like Theo agency? Are you going to be growing just from e-commerce? Are you going to be getting like 5 to 10 e-commerce clients? Are you going to keep the local lead gen? Like what does the future of your ad agency look like?
No, awesome. That's a good question. So right now, as you know before, like when we spoke, I was doing websites as well.
Yeah.
So I was doing a lot of things. I was doing websites, I was doing local lead gen, I was doing a lot of different things. The first thing I'm doing for the next 6 months is removing websites completely.
Yep.
Like the money's great and stuff like that, but it's just a lot of time that I want to be spending on actual Facebook ads and using that time to actually do one service really, really well rather than 400 different services.
Yeah.
So I'm removing that and I'm niching down on e-commerce completely.
Beautiful.
So right now I'm speaking with Ricardo. He's actually in Miami as well. I'm speaking with Ricardo at the moment, and I'm working on a acquisition funnel for myself using LinkedIn and Mailchimp. So after I get my sales process down, I'm literally going to be focused on all e-commerce clients.
So that's how you're going to start generating client opportunities for your e-commerce side of your agency, like doing LinkedIn acquisition funnels, things like that. Are you going to be running Facebook ads for e-commerce clients, or that's only going to be on LinkedIn?
At the moment, I'm just focused on cold email. And once I get that right, once I get cold email like really nailed down, then I'm going to move to sort of Facebook ads and putting money to that. Gotcha.
Okay, that's super awesome. We've got a couple questions, and so guys, throw them in there, and then we're gonna like move on to the next part of the interview. We got a comment from Facebook, and BeLive doesn't show the name, so I don't know who it is. Right? Somebody says, "What's the easiest retargeting goal for local businesses? And I wish that this person was more specific, but it's a pretty general question. They're asking, what's the easiest retargeting goal for local businesses? So I'm going to take this one, and then you can take it as well. As far as like the easiest retargeting goal for local businesses, I just put up a simple ad. So like, let's say that I've got a funnel and I've got an offer that's like, look, $29.99 car wash, 10 slots, 10 opportunities, end of the month, it ends. And I would set it up so if somebody looked at the landing page, but did not look at the thank you page, that would retarget them with an ad saying like, time's running out, claim your offer now. Just as simple as that. If somebody looked at the thank you page, I would then send them a retargeting ad that says like, how was your car wash? How was your experience? Send us a message. And that's like, as an agency, that's how I catch my clients lying to me. Like, nobody came in. I don't understand. I'm like, I got 15 people saying they came in, and here are their names, right? Go look them up, right? So that's like my retargeting thought process. For the campaigns, I just do traffic because the retargeting audiences are just so small. Like, you don't have to do conversions. And retargeting is at like $5 a day. But I rarely do retargeting for like everyone that has visited the website. I just do retargeting for my funnel alone, and then I just make it bigger and bigger. And that's usually my thought process. But the question for you is, what's your easiest retargeting goal for local businesses? I guess is going back to like your gym client and stuff like that.
Yeah. So it's pretty much the same thing. I mean, what if they land on the landing page, they don't convert, they don't go through the conversion rate, then we just have another ad saying, hey, don't forget to sort of sign up for 7-day free trial membership. It's going to expire soon. That's it.
Gotcha.
It's pretty simple with local business. It doesn't have to be really complex.
Gotcha. And for me, when people click on it, it goes back to the page that they last viewed. So like if they looked at the landing page, but not the thank you page, it goes back to the thank you page. If they signed up, but they didn't go into the store, it goes back to the thank you page, that kind of stuff. We've got a comment by Mark Levine, says, I never approach a business that I've not seen marketing that they're currently doing. Exactly. I agree 100%. John Loger really drilled into me that you are reallocating marketing dollars, not generating marketing dollars for your client. And that thought process really helped. And I'll bet the gym client that you went to was already marketing on Facebook or something like that. Or
yeah, he was. It's so much easier to convince someone to sort of transfer the dollars than it is to actually start spending more money on marketing that they don't know anything about. Like, for example, if someone's already spending money on marketing, you know they're willing to invest money in marketing, and you can do it better. It's just pretty much a no-brainer for them to actually invest in you to do their marketing instead.
And then the onboarding docs look even better because they're like, you're asking a question like, so what did you spend your marketing dollars on? Oh, on 18 newspaper ads, and we didn't get any results. It's like, great, I can get you results for that same amount of money. Great, here's a check for $5,000. Things like that, right?
Exactly right.
I use that to land like my massage spa client. So like that was pretty cool. Farius, I don't know how to pronounce the last name. Who do I target for beauty salons and realtor clients? So Farius's question, he's got a beauty salon client, and he's trying to generate customer opportunities for that beauty salon. He also has a realtor client trying to generate realtor customer opportunities for his client. So did you want to take this one, and then I'll jump in after?
I can tell you about the beauty salon because I actually have a skin cleaning myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, skin cleaning is great. It's amazing. So what I did for the skin cleaning is actually run I don't do targeting I don't do any interest for local for this client, and it seems to work really well. So what I do, I actually do a messenger bot.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do the ad with the offer. Then they go into the messenger bot. They put in the name, email, number. They get the voucher, whether it's like 30% discount, whatever it is, and then from there, the client just calls them straight away on the phone. With the actual targeting in that aspect, it's just a 5-mile radius, female, and then the ages, which was like, I think it was like 25 to 40.
Yeah,
you can sort of see the audience ages in your data, in your view charts after a while once you start sort of running the ad. In terms of retail, I can't really say. That's more your thing, Jeff.
Yeah, there's actually people in the public group. If you just search for realtor, and I'm telling, it's gone now. Now I don't know what the comment was. Look for realtor, and there's a guy in the group, Aaron Ace. I totally forgot his last name. And Austin Croman Whitaker and Shane Hiller, and they're really, really good at real estate stuff. I've never had a real estate client, so I don't know anything about it. But we did an interview with Shane Hiller, who does real estate agency stuff, like 3 or 4 interviews ago. So if she just wants to, and it's gone again, it fucking keeps disappearing. Just watch that interview, and I think he's going to show you exactly how to target for realtor clients. But as far as a beauty salon, what I've discovered is most times, if you just run it everywhere, it's going to work, right? If it doesn't work it usually means you haven't run the customer research to figure out like those weird pocketed areas and how they talk about like their hair or their packages or stuff like that. Maybe your offer isn't market competitive. Maybe Groupon is offering it like 50% less than what your client is saying that they can offer it on. So before you actually run an offer, what I like to do is I actually ask my clients, what's your best performing offer you've ever done? Tell me just right out of the gate, what does it include? How much did you charge? Everything that they get, like get really obvious and explicit and try to avoid that McDonald's problem. And then I take that offer and then run on Facebook. And if that client is honest and truthful and saying like, look, whenever we run this offer, and we've done it in the past, we'll do it and we'll get like 15 phone calls. I say, great, you got it. We run that same offer on Facebook, like change up the language so it's Facebook friendly. You usually have to like tweak it a little bit, but then it goes live. And then they're going to get the same results that they previously got, but they're going to get it from Facebook. And that's like a secret expert shortcut. You just take what they've already done that's worked and then run it on Facebook. And I apply that to like all my local lead gen clients. And so usually like if you run a beauty salon, you're going to target everybody and it's going to be women, or your radius is going to be everybody. It's going to be women. But if it's not kicking in, it's probably because your offer isn't competitive or it's not your client's best performing offer. So I hope that helps. Somebody says, would you recommend running those retargeting campaigns with your clients if you're just starting off? So that's a question for you.
Is it e-commerce or is it local business?
I think this is local business. It feels like somebody that previously asked about local businesses. And I guess it's would you recommend running local business retargeting campaigns with your clients if you're just starting out?
I mean, if they've got no data, they've got no one to go to a landing page, there's no one to really sort of do retargeting with. So I suggest, for probably the first month is not run retargeting. They may run in the second month, depending on the data that you have from the customer audiences.
Correct. So that's my thought process as well, which is like, you're going to run this funnel and you're going to run ads and traffic to it and get people looking at it and things like that. But if you haven't had anybody looking at it, there's nobody to send a new ad to, right? It's like, nobody's looked at the shoe, so we can't, send the person to the store to look at the shoe again, right?
Yeah.
So run your ad for the first month. On the second month, run your retargeting. What's fun is that like naturally offers begin to like teeter out, just how it works, right? It just goes like that. But retargeting can make that peak like less down and like flatten out. And that's what I do with my retargeting. So retargeting usually kicks in month 2 or 3, and that helps keep my clients longer. Somebody says, which program do you prefer for landing pages? I use ClickFunnels, and now I'm testing out lead ads on Facebook. So it's just name, number, and then email, and then call the business. But you do something different, or you do it for your clients, or how does that work for like e-commerce?
I do when it comes to local business, I like to use ManyChat, Messenger bot. I find that being able to keep it all inside the platform, it just my experience is I get much better conversions keeping them inside the platform through ManyChat. Also, I like to build the actual subscriber list, so I can actually do like a sequence of messages. Hey, you've got your voucher, you haven't used it yet, and then do offers on Christmas and stuff like that. Just doing that blast. So I prefer sort of ManyChat than doing a landing page for local business.
So so what about the e-commerce side? Like, how are you handling like that landing page question? Is that just sending it back to the product page, or is it something separate and altogether?
Okay, awesome. So when it comes to sort of e-commerce, you send them back to the checkout page.
Okay.
So you send them back to the checkout page with, for example, in the ad, you say, hey, we noticed that you haven't checked out. Here's a 15% discount code, XYZ. They get that code, they click on the ad, they go back to the checkout page, they put in the code and they check out. So get a bit of an incentive to actually check out this time instead of forgetting about it like you did before.
So that's so funny. Like in my head, I'm like so Russell Brunson now that I'm like sending like, you should have a picture and a video that's like, hey, you forgot, we're giving you a 10%, click the button below, like all that stuff. That's what I'm thinking in my head, which is like pretty funny.
That's awesome. That works too, right? That's awesome way of doing it.
Somebody says, how do you target or find e-com clients? So how do you target or find e-com clients? Now you got your first e-com client by referral, which is the best way, right? But now you're going to be moving into like the LinkedIn process and things like that. So maybe you can talk about that for a bit.
I can sort of, I'll just at the moment, I can't really give you 110% result because I haven't really gotten many out of it. Like it's more of a testing process at the moment. But what I actually do is I go actually on LinkedIn and I check out companies that have, like over 10 staff. So they're at least 5 million a month. You do that in Sales Navigator. And then from there, I actually check out the actual CEOs and the staff and the managers and stuff like that. And then from there, I actually go and check out their website.
Got it. The
same process. I'll check out their website. Do they have a Facebook pixel? Do they have a lot of traffic? Because the last thing I want to do is try to get a new client that has no traffic and has no branding and they're just starting out in e-commerce and now trying to figure out the ads. So it's very complicated to do it that way. It's much easier to get a client that's doing really well and improve their marketing through Facebook advertising.
So that was something that like had to click in my brain, and it took the universe like pounding it into my head. Like in the beginning, I was like, I can take either any business and it's going to work really, really well, which is untrue, or like I'm doing this as like a public service. I'm going to help the world and I'm going to make these small businesses better. And it's also really, really hard and also not true. Like it's so much easier and fulfilling to take somebody who's like on their way up and just do that, right? Like they're already going, we're just making it go a little bit faster. And like, it's really, really hard to move a boulder, but it's very, very easy to move an already moving boulder. And that's like really like my approach now, which is like when I do my onboarding calls, they have to have results already as like a business. Like people are buying what they have to sell. They have to have already spent money on marketing. And now the ads are easy as snot. Like I just put like 10 minutes in a day and like, great. Now I've got like 10 more leads for my clients, things like that. So hopefully like that helps answer and provide some context for like a couple other questions.
I love that. I try to save the world.
Right? Like, you cannot save the world. Everybody tries it and it's still a shitty place. You know what I mean? Like what makes you think, right?
Yeah.
Somebody says, how can I convert my clients for an agency outside of my country? So I guess like if we had to like change this question a bit, how can I convert clients that I can't meet in person? Right. So I don't know if you're meeting your e-com client now in person. I meet all my clients in person, but later on, you may not be meeting all of your e-com clients in person. So like, what's your thought process on how to get them, keep them? Is that a problem? Do they care? What are your thoughts?
So far with my clients, like for example, most of my clients I'm pretty much face-to-face, right? It's just for me, I find it easier to talk face-to-face. It's just which works for me, right?
Right.
But after I sort of get them on board, I don't really speak to them that much. I mean, I speak to them like once a month, and the only time they actually contact me is when their ad's stuck. if they're making money and they're doing well, they're not going to speak to me.
They only know that everything is bad. Nobody says I'm doing a good job. This is horrible.
No one's going to call you and be like, hey, Jeff, awesome work this week. I really love what you're doing. Nope. It's always like, oh, your ads suck now. What's going on, Jeff? Why don't I make an awesome return like it was last week, sort of thing. So in terms of that question, I mean, how I answered it is that, if you can actually do, as I said, go to the website, just do like a video just saying what's wrong, what they're doing wrong, check out their flow, check out if they've got a fix or not, and just do some manual outreach. Mm-hmm. I don't think it matters too much if you're face-to-face or it's online. But again, for me, it's just been mostly face-to-face. So that's my thoughts.
So one of the things that I think whoever asked this question needs to like understand is that everybody will Google or research or Facebook the person that they will spend money with. Like just like, hey, can you tell me a little bit about like this girl? Hey, can you like this new guy in town? What do you think about this car? Everybody's going to ask their friends before they make a decision. That's just how your brain works. And in the Facebook first world, they're going to look you up on Facebook. And so what'll happen is like, I'll get an email all the time and then I put the person on Facebook, right? Or LinkedIn, same thing, or Google, same thing. Whoever you're trying to do business with, they're going to look you up on Facebook. They're going to do their research. And then what happens, and this is why your clients don't call you back and why your pitch meetings fail and nobody signs your proposals, is they go on your Facebook and they find something that does not line up with the message that you're sending. They're like, okay, this person okay, e-com makes sense. And then they find like all your super political posts about dogs and cats. And you look like you're socializing way too much and you're drinking on the weekends. And like the analogy it's like total trash. Like your Facebook profile does not confirm their decision to meet with you or convert them into a buying customer. And so with this person's, I don't want to say blind spot, but learning is that like their biggest fear is that they're going to put time, effort, energy into a client that won't sign. And the client's biggest fear is they're going to put time, effort, energy into a vendor that won't perform. And that middle space is actually that Facebook profile. So whoever asked that question, you need to put that time, effort, and energy, just like Theo has done and just like I have done, to make sure my profile confirms and converts. When you look at my profile, it speaks to Facebook ads. When you look at Theo's profile, it speaks to Facebook ads. And so the person who asked your profile should also be doing the same. So don't have like a non-head photo. Like I've seen that all the time. Like it's got like a Bitcoin and it's like, I'm trying to get clients and it never works. So it's like, because you have a fucking Bitcoin in your, you know what I mean? Like all that stuff. Like your cover photo should relate to phrases that they use or confirm someone's decision that you do Facebook ads or locally generate e-com or something like that. And 99 times out of the 100, the reason why somebody doesn't confirm and convert is because they looked you up on Facebook, got conflicting information. and it's easier for them to not move forward with you. But this is coming to like the end. This is now the 45th minute. So I'm super psyched, by the way, as far as like your growth and things like that. It's absolutely mind blowing. I'm super psyched for your journey. Like I remember like talking with you, and I was scrolling back in the messages. I'm like, this guy has no idea what he's doing, right? But it really only took 2 or 3 things, and all of a sudden, like you were on the right path, and now the universe is rewarding for it. So like I'm super psyched for you. But we're gonna be doing the strategy session giveaway now. So for everybody that jumped on the call today, we do 3 15-minute strategy session giveaways if you use a certain keyword, and just kind of like rehash what we talked about. Theo, help me pronounce your last name, by the way.
It's Stavru.
Okay. Okay, so just Theo, right? I can't pronounce that, right? So just Theo. He and I have been following each other for like over a year now, and he helped get his first local gym client without a free trial, talking about the guarantee, talking about risk reversal, and talking about the offer and how it can improve the business. So he skipped a free trial, got results, and ended up growing those opportunities and landing e-com clients. And now he runs an agency that's just himself. He's got a 6-figure business. And so if you want to have one of the 3 15-minute strategy sessions, type in hashtag Theo help me out, and I'll connect you and Theo in a private message, and he'll spend 15 minutes on the phone with you or all 3 of you. And you can ask him questions, follow up, and have the real conversation that you want to, and get in-depth as necessary to either move you forward with your local lead gen business, move you forward with your e-com business, have conversations, figure out the if, ands, or buts, and maybe even like pick his brain on what's working and what's not. And so we've already got some people responding. The first person to get this is Jim Zamaron. Then we've got Hunter McMoron. And then we've got one more person coming up. There's always a delay. And I'll name that as it comes in. We've got, Jim, Hunter, and then I'll tell you what, it just comes in Jim, Hunter, and Elijah Jackson. So I'm going to send a message to the 3 of you, connecting you with Theo. So Theo, are there any like last parting words for somebody that's starting out their Facebook ads journey that wants to get into the e-com space and is struggling? Like what's like a couple of like parting words of wisdom to help them move forward and get the results that they want?
Okay. So what I would say is never give up. At the end of the day, like so many people actually need what Jeff and we got to learn from Facebook advertising. People need more leads. People need more to be able to sell more product. So what I would say is just never give up, and that there's a demand for your skills and your services. So don't think that all of a sudden that you can't do it, because with practice makes perfect. So I would just keep practicing what you're doing, get better at it, and then over time people are going to come to you and knock on your doors, and you'll be surprised at how quick it happens. Well,
shit, I thought you were going to say something like ask the right questions and you'll get a good response. Stop asking bad questions. Use retargeting. Generate a referral system. Give me something specific, Theo. Don't give me this Taylor Swift crap about like, always believe in yourself. Like at
the end of the day, it's all for me. It's all mental, right? I mean, once you get that first client, you're pretty much sweet.
Oh, God damn it! I'm just kidding. So that brings it to. I'm just always going to give you shit. Thanks so much for jumping on. It was like a super cool opportunity. This will be live in the group, and I'm going to connect to 3 people in a group chat. Apparently, by the way, there's like a huge Aussie tribe watching you right now. Like there's people from Melbourne, from Perth, other cities that I don't know of or can't pronounce. And apparently like everyone also watched you yesterday in Steph's group, which is like super hilarious, right? So by the way, we're also starting to do in-person events. Miami is so much cooler than all of Australia. You should definitely come by. It's a lot of fun. So I'm super psyched. But I got a boogie because it is now almost 7 o'clock. I've been in the office for 14 hours. I didn't see the sun at all today. Stupid booklet launch. But we're going to reconnect soon because I think you may be on the journey to like $250,000 to $500,000 next year. Because that really, all you got to do is like sign 3 or 4 more e-com clients, and then it's going to make total sense. So super cool. And somebody says at least they can hear the audio. I guess that's hinting at like my other interview problems, right? So I'm bringing the sucker to a close. Theo, don't hang up because you and I are going to chat after. But everybody, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm going to connect the 3 of you to Theo. See you guys later. Have an awesome weekend. Talk to you.